Hey, this is David Youker here at James Wan Sports Center, the Leta Andrews Court, and we're in for a very special treat today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the opportunity to visit with the retiring Leta Andrews, and that is coming up right now. Welcome to Granbury TV. It's a very special day here as we have the opportunity to talk to the retiring. Something wrong with that picture.
I don't know if I like that word or not, David, but I'm at peace with what I'm doing, and I'm ready, and it's time. It's time to walk away and let some new young blood come into the program, and it's in good shape. We've got all of them coming back except Morgan Northcutt, and they can take it and run with it and make things happen, and I think it'll be an exciting season for the new coach next year.
I think so, Leta, and you know, the program is storied on its own, and of course with you being here makes such a huge difference and such a big impact on so many young ladies over the years. But you know, Leta, you and I have been working together for 21 years, and I never thought this day would come, but yet I'm thinking, you know, eventually it might for both of us.
That's right. That's right. As I stop and think about my career of 51 years in public school service and coaching, I'm a very blessed person, David. God's been mighty good to me, very good to me, that I've been blessed with good health, and I still have a passion for it, you know. I can't think of anything that one can do all their life what they're the most passionate about, and I've been blessed to do that. So I just count my blessings and smile.
And of course, what it all started right here, folks. I'm sure you're aware of the story that not this court, but down at Decker. That's where it all started. You and your sister Shirley playing for the Lady Pirates and going to the state championship game 2 years in a row. And I called Leta on Sunday, and who was she visiting with? Her sister Shirley. So you guys, you still had that great relationship going.
We do. She's a special lady, and it's going to give me an opportunity to spend a little more time with her, because she's not a well person, but she's a fighter, and we learned that from Clyde and Alba Raines when we were growing up. The athletic competitive spirit in us was ingrained in us back as young girls, and I think I'm just grateful that I had that opportunity to play basketball. And
we always get that at the school, of course.
And, you know, when Shirley and I played, that was our only entertainment here in Granbury. We didn't have a lot to do or go and see and whatnot, so it was in the arena of athletics that where we expelled all of our energy, and the two of us playing together, we have a lot of good memories. We really do.
I know you do, Lee, and of course one of the memories before that, when it all got started with Daddy, as Leta likes to call him, put the basket up on the side of the barn and said, "Don't let it hit in the chicken poop."
That's exactly right. Well, we just had a rim, and we dribbled out on the gravel, and we all became good ball handlers, because if the ball bounced, we went with it and everything. And when Daddy mounted the goal, he mounted it in the chicken pen, and I'm thinking, well, oh my! But we all became not only pretty good shooters, but we became outstanding rebounders, because we didn't want it to hit the ground. So it was a fun time, but it didn't last long there till he put us one in the backyard, a goal, but he never would put a net on it. And finally the day came when we got to put a net on it, and it was like we'd won the lotto.
Leta, when did you About what age did you determine that this was going to be your career, your life's work was to coach young ladies? I guess I probably never asked you that question before.
No, and you're going to be shocked when I tell you. My first degree is in elementary education, and I got it. And when I mentored under some teachers, I thought, ooh, I don't think I can do this all my life. And I have so much respect for those beginning elementary teachers, training those little ones as they start through. I love those teachers. I just want to engulf them and tell them how much I thank them for what they do in the elementary school, because I saw I couldn't do that. So I went back to school and got a secondary teaching certificate with emphasis on English and health and PE. So there's when it really started. And after, playing in Granbury, and my high school principal was my coach, and he wound up being the superintendent of schools at Cleburne. And when he passed away, his wife asked me to do his service, and oh my, it was so sweet, because when we won the state championship, he was the first person I heard from, and he said, I never doubted. And it's just those kinds of people are just the salt of the earth people.
Yes, they are. They certainly are, as you are, definitely that. Now, it's, you talk about the Democrat farm and all that kind of stuff. Folks, this is just Granbury right here. But 1,416 wins, Leta. I've been here for, gosh, over 400 of them, and it's been quite a joy to be a part of it. Of course, obviously, the state champion game sticks out to you as probably, as far as the coach on the floor with the girls. Is that number one with you?
That is the utopia. Winning a state championship, because when we were fortunate enough to take Granbury back in the late 70s to the state tournament, we fell a little short. And then after we went to Comanche and started coaching, we lost in an overtime. We lost at the buzzer. And I'm thinking, it's going to happen. Just have patience. And patience is a virtue, and I really cultivated that a lot. It didn't satisfy a lot of people, fans, because they wanted wins. And I often thought, did they not think I wanted to win too for these young ladies? I mean, as an athlete myself, I enjoyed a lot of those. And so I wanted my young ladies to always taste the fruits of success. And so that is the utopia, the state championship, and I wish every coach in the state that works with young people could do that. It's quite a moment in time.
It certainly is.
And excuse me. And I have to mention the fact that coaching our three daughters that loved basketball like I loved basketball, were great basketball players. They were fortunate enough to go to the University of Texas, and I know that word's ugly to you, you being a Sooner man.
What can I say?
Well, and they went and played for Miss Jody Conrad at Texas and got a great education, and it's just like a storybook ending.
It is.
And, as I coached them, I always prayed that I wouldn't be a mother on the bench. I would be a coach. And that's so important. And I think all their teammates recognized the fact that I was a coach. And Linda and Sissy and Lisa got disciplined just like anyone else and treated just like one of the team players. And I worked hard at that, because if the mother would have come out, it would have disrupted a lot of things. It really would have. And so those three daughters are still with me. They made all to the end. And when I announced it to the family, David knew it, of course, and we had all the daughters and their spouses at the house. And I told them that when I finished the season, I was going to announce my retirement, and they all started crying. Mother, you're going to walk away from it? They couldn't believe that they couldn't believe what they were hearing, and I said, yes, I'm going to walk away from it, but I'm going to have to ask you. And this was a good month ago, to keep my confidentiality till we get beat. Sure. And Lisa, our youngest daughter, looked over at her youngest son and said, Sawyer, did you hear what grandmother said? She wants to keep it a secret that she's not retiring until her team or we win it all. And he said, I can do that. And I said, excuse me, Sawyer. Remember, you told me what you were going to give me for Christmas long before Christmas this year. So anyway, but it's been a family unit ever since I started coaching and up until the end.
Hey, we'll be back with more of Leta Andrews right after this.
At Classic Chevrolet, taking care of the customer is their focus. The Classic team is always ready to greet you with a warm smile, whether it be with the used cars, new cars, or with the service department. That's Classic Chevrolet at 1909 East Highway 377 or on the web at classicgranbury.com. Relax and enjoy the difference.
What do I want? I want to be seen faster.
I want to spend as little time in the waiting room as possible.
Less waiting.
More taking care of me.
At Lake Granbury Medical Center, you'll find the 30 minutes or less ER service pledge.
30 minutes or less?
You can even find our average ER wait time online or on your mobile device. Don't wait when you need care fast. Turn to Lake Granbury Medical Center. Learn more at lakegranburymedicalcenter.com.
Mike Brown Ford is locally owned and operated at their beautiful location on Highway 377 in Granbury. They pride themselves in customer service and the built Ford Tough product they represent. With the commitment to excellence motto, they go the extra mile. Mike Brown Ford in Granbury or on the web at MikeBrownAutoGroup.com.
With First National Bank of Granbury on your team, it has never been easier to handle your everyday banking needs. We have 7 convenient locations throughout Hood County with 24-hour ATM machines at each location. Inside our banks, you will find a friendly, courteous, and knowledgeable staff that has helped First National Bank be voted as Best Bank and Best Mortgage Bank by the Hood County News Readers Poll for 3 consecutive years. Each location has on-site loan officers that are eager and willing to help you with any of your loan needs, from personal loans, auto loans, home equity, and mortgage loans. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And it was just like a light bulb came on to me that it's time to turn it over to someone else. And I just thank God that He gave me the tenure of working and being healthy as long as I have done this.
That's what's been amazing. You know, just a couple of years ago, you had a little bit of an issue, but that turned out to be very non-essential. But you talk about your family. Of course, the many years that I've been doing this, seeing your mom and dad up there in their seats, and I don't know how many games that I have seen, whether it's here, whether it's on the road. There's the 3 girls with their husbands up there in the stands supporting you too, and they have all these years. And in fact, I think weren't they at the playoffs? Shirley also, yes. the family. It is a family affair.
Glen Rose when we played Burleson Centennial. Linda, our oldest daughter, and her husband John made it to Jacksboro, but the other 2 had some conflicts, and they were hoping I'd hang on and get another one, and it got close. I thought we were going to do it. But they fought hard, and I'm just so grateful. I love them very dearly and appreciate them, and hope that they've learned something.
I think that is so, and I think every player that's played for you also. I've been noticing a whole lot of comments on Facebook. Ashley Parrish put one on the other day, but it's just continuing to flow of the girls that have played for you and wishing you the best. And you know, your tenure here, 2 tenures here, and I get, of all the games that you have coached, the most of them have been right here in Granbury, Texas, and that's got to make you feel good.
Yes, 26 of them. 26 years here in Granbury, and being in my hometown and reaping a lot of success, it's just a wonderful, comfortable feeling. It really is to have done that.
It has to, you know, when you started everything right here, you're able on your own terms to end what started here as a legend, and along the way, so many things have been accomplished, and with the of course, I remember right off the top of my mind, especially when you walk in your office, that 1,000th victory, that picture of you and Gia there with the holding the trophy, and of course that took place down in Waco, and it's just been it's been a ride ever since.
It really has, and Gia is overseas playing basketball now, and I heard from her on Sunday.
That's awesome.
And it made me cry, Gia. Oh goodness, just such kind, loving words, and I never knew that I really made that much of an impact on her. She was such a gifted athlete, and but she's got a real sweet, tender heart.
She sure does. She sure does. And I think it is such a boon for Lady Pirate basketball. One of our former greatest, as far as I'm concerned, in all the games that I've done over the years, the best post that we have ever had, Emily Britt, and now she's back here as one of your assistants. I mean, that is really great to see that.
You're exactly right, and how much fun it has been to work with Emily as a colleague now, not a player, but a colleague, and she has matured into a fine young lady and a beautiful young lady, and she too has a great love for the sport, and I don't know the direction Granbury will go to replace me. It's something they will have to do, and I suspect Emily will apply for the job. Coach Shellstead will apply for the job, and maybe even Coach Carlton may apply for the job, and then that's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have, and then going on the outside and finding someone that they might be happy with too. So I'm just going to sit back and smile and wish whoever gets the job good luck and best wishes.
You know, and they always say that coach that follows a legend is going to have a little bit of difficulty, but I don't think that's going to be the case here.
No, I don't think it will be the case either, because these young ladies they're ready for a new person, and it's time. It's just the season is ripe and ready, okay. So it's very good.
Exactly, Leta. Of course, looking back, I can just continue to do. I can think back on so many different things over the years that you've accomplished and working with so many. But when I look at all these coaches and all these different other sports, and I see their numbers, and in all sports, this is football, this is college basketball, college baseball, there is no one that even comes close to the number of wins that you have at 1,416, and that's every sport, professional, college, high school level. What does it feel like to be at this level? And I don't see this record ever falling.
There was a friend of mine in upstate New York called me on Monday, and it was shocking to me, the fact that he said he had taken my career and figured out that I averaged 28 ball games a season. And I said, I don't think you figured that correctly. He said, I think I did, Leta. And I was appalled by that number. I really was. You know, that would probably pan out to be about 85% of my career. And it all has to come back to having young ladies, good parents, and those young ladies having a passion for the sport like I had for the sport. And it reaped good things. Yeah. It reaped success, and it is mind-boggling. It really is. And I had a call from a friend in London, England, and saying, "You really are quitting? We were talking about you not long ago. She'll never quit. she'll die on the floor. And I said, yes, it's history. And it's just come from all over the United States, and it just is such a blessing. And then home here in Granbury. David, the people have been so gracious and loving and kind and caring, and some of them so happy. Some of them worried that as with the energy level that I have, what will I be doing? But I do have a lot of things on the back burners that I'm going to be doing, and I just love Granbury so much. Being home and growing up here and going to church here, going to school here, it's just all good. It really is, and it's a kind of a storybook ending. It's just a storybook ending. You know, they're doing a documentary, and it's getting close to being finished. Okay. And I've had contacts from Hollywood on a contract for a movie. I don't know if we'll go there. It's something that we'll have to contemplate. But I wanted to do a book. I really wanted to do a book not for my family, but for all of those young ladies that have played for me. I really want to do, because you can always keep that book around, but other things will come and go. Yes. And so we're going to wait. We'll see how things work out. And boy, my schedule is not going to change a lot. It's not going to change a lot. So other than I won't be working with young people. Right. And but then again, I say I have committed that I will go to schools and help programs. Good deal. And so we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I do want to stay in touch with basketball, because that's been my life. Well, it is your life. You are going to and I'm just so grateful to have David, my husband. He's been so good and supportive to me all these years, and he never asked, when are you going to hang it up, because he knew it had to be my call, and he was shocked when I said, David, I think I'm about through. He was shocked. And he says, well, make sure. And my dear friend John Wooten of UCLA, he always said, make sure you understand it's the end, because I quit a little too soon and I wanted to go back. And I told David last night, David, you'll enjoy this. I said, David, what if I tell you I was lying? He said, I don't think so. I don't think so. So we've had a few laughs too, but a lot of tears, because it's been a labor of love.
And that's one of the things in all these years that I've been interviewing you. You would always say, I said, Leta, you're going to come back. Why do you continue to do this? And you always started that conversation by saying it's the passion that you have to get up every morning and have that privilege of coming up here and coaching young ladies. And that's the way you always started those conversations. And that's what you still have going on. But there does come a time, and I guess this is it.
You're right. You're right. I would roll out of bed and pray to the good Lord that thank you for caring for me through the night and giving me the breath of life for today. I'm getting ready to go to work, and you know how much I'm going to need you through this day. And I appreciate that too so much, because I do love that God. I know it.
Exactly right. That's what's gotten you through. Of course, I have an advantage here, folks, is that Leta and I go to church together, so I'll still be seeing her all the time. So, but
you're going to get tired of that, David. You're going to get tired of that.
Well, Leta, I tell you what, the things that have been said, the places that you are in your in all the Hall of Fames all over the state, all over the country, of course. And I guess before we leave, what is your biggest honor? I mean, you can go back to being Disney Teacher of the Year, to a couple of years ago in Tennessee, and down in Waco to that. But when you put all those together, I know there's a bunch of them to think about, but what is your biggest honor?
I would have to say, of course, I love Texas, and it was mighty, mighty sweet to be in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. But when you go national, in Knoxville, Tennessee, into the National Sports Hall of Fame. And think of people like Pat Head Summit, Miss Jody Conrad. That just probably is the utopia.
Definitely think so. Of course, I remember very well that when at the Texas Hall of Fame, and there's Leta sitting down there talking to people as they come up and signing all those the pictures, of course, that you see all over the community, and sitting between Michael Irvin and Mike Madonna. By the way, have you contacted Madonna, because you guys were going to do something about retiring together?
We were. He did, but he jumped the gun. He did jump the gun. Yeah, he did. And so I haven't heard from him, but. You know, I wouldn't be surprised because he was a gentleman all the way.
He always was. He sure was. Leta Andrews, ladies and gentlemen, our legend. Of course, the court will always carry the name, and the water tower, of course. You know, David Southern, when he was mayor, he knew it was going to happen. He put that up there before it ever happened. And there wasn't any pressure with that, was there?
Not at all. Not at all. I just thought he'd have to climb up there and paint it again.
No kidding.
I appreciate all the love and concern, and you know, the Granbury is so full of good people, and I have to say thank you, Granbury. I love Granbury very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much, Leta, for taking the time and all the years that you and I have spent together. But an incredible legend here in our community, 1,416 wins. The most wins of any sport, anywhere, anytime.
I'm going to get up and hug you, David. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Leta. We do appreciate you taking the time for us today. And, you know, you still got a little bit more left here before things that get on out of here. But, right. Folks, this is something special here. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to us today. Leta Andrews, the one and only. Leta, thank you very much, and God bless you in the future.
Thank you.